All right. Hey, everyone. We'll be doing more videos like this. I think I might stick to just some SPDs, SSPDs, and training videos. All right, so we have our course up, everyone. Shout out to all my mods. Y'all are awesome. Okay, it's Friday. Derek, you see, when you see this, I got you. I got you. I remember you told me the time, so you know what I'm talking about. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. Much love, and I appreciate you very much. Anybody that assists me, it's reciprocity over here. That's how I operate. I thank you. Stuff ain't always peaches and cream, right? I need to get website. That's my problem right now. Alright, so we got Scorpio video coming up. Somebody doing Scorpio. Let me get right. Okay. We transitioning. Somebody thought, nah, we leaving. You got it. You right. I'm the boss. That's right. So, Most High, thank you. Y'all, I gotta do. I'm doing another course tonight. Like, I'm just saying. So anyway, here's all of our courses. We have the YouTube Moderator Training 101. Yes, that's the price. I have a coupon right now. It is not that price, so check that out. Reach out. This is for those who want just the training, or yes, it comes with a certification. I am what they would call a bit of a brainiac. Yep, see that? My degree over there. I got many other things, but that's just a few. So I actually will be like making these certifications here. They will be approved and valid, and they will be notarized. And if anybody has any issues, you will have my contact information. So don't worry about those things. Again, education matters. So when you get your training done, you will have this certified and stamped, and basically it is actually validational use, especially with, I'm just saying, I don't mean to rub it in, but I don't want to be teaching and I can't give you something you can use in the world. That's not me. So here's my other course, Divine Conflict Resolution Strategist, Ancestral Court, but then we had the Divine Conflict Resolution Strategist course. This is those individuals who work in spiritual court and advocate for those who need advocation because of their situation and needing, help because of potential deformation, potentially just misunderstandings. People want to work things out because all y'all, I'm just saying, you're talking about spiritual court. I get it. But here's the problem with that. You didn't think about your ancestors. Sure do. Bye bye. You didn't think about your ancestors, and you dang on sure didn't think about how stuff actually should work when it comes to the Most High and how somebody has to advocate. So that is, they will say the Most High in this case, spiritual knowledge that is the juju. Some of you would attribute who is the judge because you can't use that term in spiritual court, right? That's not necessarily the name. It's a juju. Okay. All right, pumpkin. All right, so that's just what I'm trying to let you know. Some of you out there with the knowledge. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to sit back and relax and enjoy the ride, Sherlock. So as we move forward, basically what I'm trying to say is, with a juju, that is the one that's favorable because you're used to hearing honorable, aren't you? Well, in spiritual court, it's favorable, and favor ain't fair, right? That's how we would hear that. We will hear that. Some of you getting in your feelings. I ain't here to keep you hey, how you doing? Thank you. I'm not here to pat your back and tell you, oh, it's gonna be okay. No, here to tell you the truth. Cold hard cash truth. Whether you paying or somebody else is. Tired of the mess out here. Y'all running around talking about spiritual court. Half of you ain't even talked about ancestral court. Um, with my copywritten content and everything that I have done by myself, just me. Thank you, Most High God, giving me that sign of synchronicity. I just paid the hell attention. Where these are taught by your girl. So, spiritual court knowledge, that is SPD cases, and then you have your special spiritual disputes, which are SSPDs. Ancestral issues are usually under SSPDs. As people would should know, if you don't know, special proceedings, practically, those are more your private, probate, uh, ancestral, adoption, XYZ situations. So in these cases, they will fall under the special spiritual dispute matters. Excuse me. So with the this course taught first, it is this individual here, the DCRS, they actually run the ancestral court. Thus, mediation, that is what a DCRS is. Like if I would give it to, if I could, where did that come from? What are you talking about? Well, a mediator is the DCRS, the divine conflict resolution strategist. The judge in spiritual court is not the judge. That is the juju. Okay. All right, pumpkin. So, hate to burst your little fantasy bubble, but that's exactly what it is. Whether you like it or not. I didn't ask you to. I really don't care. All right. So, vibe with it, not vibe with it. That's what we rocking with over here. If you need extra assistance in spiritual matters that is a little more solidified, I mean, come if you dare, because some of y'all you think it's osh gosh bagosh till you mess around and work. So I'm like, me personally, I just thank God for change. I thank God for my mind and who I am. I bind anyone trying to come in and cause confusion. I bind you trying to stop me from getting where I need to go. And I definitely bind those who I know because I know for a fact you're up to no damn good. Mostly family. But anyway, sometimes you got to be your own. Literally, your mommy and your daddy said bump you. And it's all right. It's okay because, that is basically, especially if you have Scorpio Pluto, where my Scorpio Pluto people at. I'm heavy aspect of Scorpio, but I am a Sagittarius. So heavy Sag too, not just. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is you're fatherless, definitely motherless. Somebody, I have, we're not talking about that. So we have basically the Scorpio Pluto people. Usually you have a fatherless situation. Yeah, you do. Usually it is. And at times you may have a parent situation where not that your mother didn't care, but you're going to find out like, wow, so you're going to just find out something that's just like, that's the reason why you and your dad for whomever might have some issues there. Yeah. So it causes you to have to be your own. Hello, hello, Ben. Hello, hello. It causes you. I thought about Michael Jackson's song, a friend named Ben, or what was it? Michael Jackson made a song like that. So what's up, Ben? Hello, hello. Yeah, you'll find out that you got to do your own parenting. Sometimes some of y'all parents. Thank you, thank you. Some of y'all parents may not that they. Let's just say you had to do it yourself. I don't know any other way to tell you. It's okay. There's people out there who love you and care. Keep moving forward. We're not going to talk junk about our folks. We might have. I wash my hands with it as you should. Move forward. Let it build you. Because anything done against you, especially when you're vibing too high, it doesn't really prosper anyway. Not really. You might feel the effect. You might be a little frustrated, but it doesn't prosper. It never does. You can't say someone is evil and then turn around and do evil yourself. That don't make sense either. The ones doing that, you shall surely get in trouble. Like I can't, there is no saving anybody in that point. How are you saying they're doing evil? So you're going to do it too? I'm just saying. So you're saying divine advocate here, because y'all used to hear devil's advocate. Well, divine advocate here. And I'm going to use some terminology as discussed in divine conflict resolution strategist. Definitely stay off that path. As a divine conflict resolution strategist, you can call me a DCRS individual. When I say divine advocate, I meant it. Like, because divine can be good or bad. But even those who have done bad, if you have learned your lesson and then you turn it into a goodness of help, so you can help other people stay on the good path, because we all have done bad. Learn how to transmute your negativity into positivity. That's really all we can do. Like, we're not perfect, everybody. I don't know anyone who is. Um, so the only thing you can do is transmute your negativity into positivity. So even with me saying divine advocate, what I simply mean is being, they would call, not so peaches and cream. Not so peaches and cream. Basically, you have a situation where you, you know what? That's funny you say that. You probably want me to suck your dick, but I got a mustache. Y'all are weird. Just say it. You was looking at my lip and you want me to put it around your dick. You gotta go. Pervert. So anyway, we are basically just going to learn how to transmute negativity into positivity. So when doing that, you have what you call divine conflict. And what divine conflict is, everybody, is basically, how can I put it? The fact that we all do good, the fact we all do bad, anything that you get into is used for, it's supposed to be used for a divine purpose, right? That's what they say. It's what we've believed for years, for a lot of us, and a lot of us traditionally. So with that being said, that's the case. You just learn how to transmute it in a positive way. That's all. So terminology, one of them that I would just like to, I will be using it quite frequently, is called divine conflict. Divine resolution is just that. Sometimes things change, it can change. Some people will try to study you and try to figure out how to reiterate what you're meaning, but their problem is it never works out for them anyway. Because if you're claiming someone is bad and what they're doing is bad, so you're gonna do bad to advocate that you have a right to do what you're doing, but it's still evil. It's still fucked up. There is no saving you, and you sound just as loony. So I guess you and them getting roasted, huh? Somebody got to just move to the side. So a lot of people, you have to learn. You can't. What's that? What's that Wiz song? Michael Jackson played the Scarecrow. You can't win. A lot of times, people feel like you can't win until you show them. It's not necessarily about winning. Sometimes you need to learn that it's okay to lose. That's some Bruce Lee shit. Y'all so focused on winning and being over somebody and ruling over someone. You're going to miss the whole point of what you're supposed to get so you can transform into a higher power, because you are too busy wanting someone else's. You're too busy wanting to take control of someone else. You're too busy worrying about somebody else instead of worrying about yourself. And this is why you always lose. This is why you will never actually get happiness. So you can get whatever it is that you're seeking in life, but if you're still not happy, they call it, and you still rampage and take and steal, kill, destroy, but then in the name of all the goodness, still for some reason say it's good, but obviously what you're doing is fucked up, then you got to realize no one can save you but you. Like, when are y'all going to realize no one can save you but you? You have to want it. And then you claim, for those who are doing it, first of all, when I say this, you claim someone is doing something they shouldn't. Well, so you are going to do something you shouldn't to advocate the fact that they're doing it, so you're going to do it too. Oh, thank you. I like that name too, Foxwatch369. I know that's right. Ooh, thank you. It just doesn't make sense, people. That's like me throwing dirt at you. Like, let me use me for example. Say like I take $25 out your purse, your wallet, whatever, whichever one you got. I'm in your home. I'm the one that was outside looking all needy and shit, right? And you was being nice to me. Well, some people you don't like that word, but let's just use it. We know it means something else, but let's just use it for blanket terms of you were just being kind. Let's say that word then. You were just being kind. I'm the one outside, and you was giving me, I don't know, something to drink, eat, I don't know, whichever. And I steal from you, all because I look at it like, well, I don't have anything. Look what you got. I don't have that. But you literally, I ain't no telling what you went through. You just, people's lives are just different. This is where that you don't know what they've been through to get what they have. So say like, for example, that same person, let me flip it around to get more deep into things. When we talk about divine conflict, y'all can take the course, divine conflict resolution strategies here. We got the ancestral court one, and then we have our moderator training. So shout out to all the mods. I got another course coming up. Y'all are gonna really like that one. But back to the thing. Let's say like the person who allows the person in, you the one outside, you stole something from them. You never know what they went through. So let's talk about the person who let them in. Say like, let's just say, for example, they how they got the money and all that stuff in there that they giving you. it has a back end story that's kind of like now it's like accessory to negativity. You didn't know that they was a mob or something like that, and you took from them, right? Well, that goes back to using the word divine conflict. So their energy actually negates to your energy because the fact you stole is kind of like putting two negative batteries in the back of a remote. Is the damn remote gonna work? I don't think so. So let's look at this light bulb here. See, it's on, it's bright. Woohoo! Now, obviously that's power, right? So everybody wants power. Where do you get your energy from? Where's your energy source? Because obviously without the energy source, that power would not exist. So where are you getting your energy from? Some say the sun. I mean, it's typical, right? We might hear stuff like that, but some mean it for what it is, the sun. God so loved the world that he sacrificed his only begotten son. When you hear that, what do you think about? Didn't Jesus already die? Who's reliving a religion out here? So you sacrificing your own so you can have power? And you want to call it righteous? But you said what they was doing was wrong. But then when we look into it, you damn sure are manipulating the fact of why we're even having this conversation. You're the reason why they have manipulated in the first place. Because where did you get your energy from to be as powerful so that you can even tell us that your family member, friend, neighbor, whoever is full of crap? Now, in some cases, it could be that they are, but in a lot of cases, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not. So it goes back to save yourself. Stop looking for someone else to save you. You tell the truth about you, you little stanky. Now, some of you in this world, a lot of you actually, 144 as they call you, well, you absolutely perfect. And this the beef. This is real beef on earth. Like these ones, they can. It's just something about them. They can't do anything. Not that they can't do anything wrong. The only thing that they did wrong was allow someone to manipulate their energy, and they have to call back their energy daily and da 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 da. But I believe in my heart there's a little more than 144, only because decoding the context and looking at it thoroughly. That's just me. Now I don't know what everybody else got. We can talk about that later. But especially if those chosen ones have children. So here's why some of you are called. Who likes anime? Remember Inuyasha being a half breed and his brother being a whole breed, or just in general those terms, half breed. Yeah. So you know how you would have one parent that is. Let me give you a better example. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Some of y'all seen her or not. She has one parent who was on the dark side of things and one parent who was on the light side of things. One parent was baptized in the church and was, grew up like that, and the other one was a little dark. So she had best of both worlds. A lot of us have best of both worlds. Because some of you, don't let the half breed terminology go beyond your head. Like Harry Potter, for example, he's a half-blooded prince, is he not? Yes, he is. So when we look into the Bible, Esau means Harry. It also femininity-wise is Julie, Julia, Julie, Romeo, Juliet. Romeo must die. Where my rising Aquarius is at. Your Capricorn Sun, Virgo Moon. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. Uh-huh. Yep. So as we move forward, all I'm saying is it is what it is. I don't want to say too much. I think I said enough. So back to the courses. Mods, when it comes to this mediator stuff, getting in the middle, we're just gonna stop right there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show y'all our roles for the mods when we go live. And shout out to all the mods. This is gonna be a short video. So I gotta find, cause I'm gonna get in my little baffy waffy tonight. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. So here's the first slide. I just want to give y'all a little sneakity peekity. Now in here, I have my little headphones on, and I recorded this where you can hear me talking. You do not have to read it yourself. So literally, just going through the whole thing, lecturing to you all. We got our disclaimer, disclosure. So somebody, you mad because I'm transitioning? Sure, you can ask a question. So that's the disclaimer there. And remember, mods, this is free for you only because of, I wanted to give us some structure. And I agree. Shout out to Sphinx. She's our head mod. And this is going to be free for y'all. But the only thing, notarizing the actual certification when done and putting that seal up there. And don't worry about it. Because again, education matters. Okay. Education matters. My son signed that, everybody. He wanted to be important too. I was pregnant with him. Okay, let me answer this question here, everybody, right fast. So they can say that God resides within us all. What is the best way to start meditating and connect with our inner and spiritual being? Okay. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me show it to you better than tell you. I think that is a good start. Let me see. Let me see. Because I want to, let's see. I got the document somewhere. Yeah, I can use this. This is a good thing. Yeah, let's go here. But I'm still give you like, yeah, it got wet a little bit right there. I can still see it though. Okay, so first things first, when we're talking about connecting, and that's a good question. A lot of people, I don't know if they know how to word it that simply. So this could help someone. Thank you for being bold enough to say what's on your mind and asking that. So a good way to start, definitely know who you are. Now, I keep telling people over and over in life, when it comes to like finding yourself and connecting, however you grew up is however you grew up. I will never try to get upset with someone, because that's the first thing we all must realize. Everybody got different lives and stuff. So when we talk about our spiritual connection with the Most High God, that is differentiated for all of us. It's not the same. Not that you have to just deal with somebody because of how they connect, but just understand that you don't understand sometime, or just simply compromise however you see fit. And it's also, you don't have to. That's just saying you respect them, and you're gonna move on with your life, and then some they are gonna compromise. So that's the first thing. How you grew up, embrace it and transmute it, because that's what the Most High God does. um, Connecting with the Most High God is being able to transmute your negatives into positives. So, knowing your family, historical stuff, history, blah, 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 about your family is important. Like little stories they might tell you. Like, for example, I'm going to use my family for example. Well, let me be discreet with this one. Someone had threw a root on someone that I know in the family, and other family knew, okay, well, we got to go and travel to get that root off of them. So Wow, really? Tamara Double Chocolate Cooking Channel. And it's funny because I ate a chocolate chip cookie today. I gotta check that out then. Thank you for telling me. Mercer Lewis, I'm gonna check that out. So, um, basically, the family had to take charge and get the root off of the other family member. But we first of all, we know what it looked like. We identify what it is. We also, when I say we, I was a kid. I had no idea this was going on, so please leave me out of it. What I will say is I can't help the story told. So definitely pay attention to the stories. This is for Fox Watch 369. Pay attention to your family stories when it comes to connecting with God, but making your decision is what is of the importance. So you can know what that is. Because a lot of people will tell you what it is. You can only do the best you can about what that is. Do not let anybody tell you on God's green earth. I'm so sorry, not sorry about this one. Um, the connection with the Most High God has to be a certain way. Now, long as you can sleep at night, long as you cool with that, by all means, do as you please. That's like free will and all that stuff. So we can't tell you what to do, but this is where faith and favor come in. So the downside of it, that's where we hope that someone is doing, as they said, as they should. We hope that somebody is doing the best they can, they say. So connecting with the Most High God in closing, the best way to do it, always start with your family and the stories and the don't be afraid to ask them questions, because like when I got on my journey and they started realizing, I'm not blaming my family. I'm not gonna get mad at them and nothing. I think transmuting it so that your family can come together and actually have peace is a possibility. Never let somebody feel like you can't change what is impossible, because again, free will, like your faith and all that, it never let somebody change it. If you feel you can do something, you can. The only time you can't is when you feel you literally can't. So high vibes all the time, even in difficulty, like the stories of Jesus, they will call it. And a lot of stories, like, so much that can be said there. But everybody takes a little punch here and there. So always get your family background and stories and kind of equate them, learning other things about other replicas, but respecting it, because don't disrespect it as you in this game. It'll get you closer to God because you're willing. It's like going to another country, learning the language though before you go. And the people would be like, dang, you took the time to because when you know how to talk to somebody and they don't know how, like, they don't we speak in English, people understand it, and somebody else speaking a different language, you take the time to learn their language. They're so moved by that. The reason why, because in language you can find literally the story, etymology, all those great things we talk about when we're learning. So yeah, like, you learn about something and somebody else, they're just deeply moved, and like they're just like they feel you. And you want, that's where that favor come in realistically, learning about other people's culture and ways of life, even language. So always start with the family story and the stuff they like, what you know for a fact, and then also your own, like, because things too from your perspective, you know perception, perspective. That was always a big thing in criminal justice when I went to school. I finished everybody in science of criminal justice, but I'm learning perception and perspective. They sound similar, but not necessarily. Cause your perception is basically how you may look at things, but due to someone else's teaching and ideology, or even your own at times, the perspective, that's literally the niche of how it's perceived once you get the concept. That's that I studied, I tried, and here's the data. The perspective usually comes from that. But you have to honor other people's perspectives as you are executing the perception. It's kind of, I hope that makes sense somewhere. I don't mind answering y'all questions if you do. I got emails. You can always say, hey, you said blah, 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 blah. Uh, can you do a video about that? I'm going to do a lot of like videos where y'all can see pictures and all. So thank you, Foxwatch, for that question. Like this, for example, Palo Alto Plantation. I had an ancestor who was sent here. For example, I had to get this. I had to really dig deep because at first I was like, dang, um, is that really true? Like, is that my ancestor? It could be some, common names. Like, is that true? So digging and digging, and then I ended up finding out, yes, name on the list. But there was a few, y'all got wet, my apologies. There was a few ancestors with the same name. And that's what made it like a little hard to find. So how I found out was a death certificate of hers. She was buried in Dublin. But then I put two together, like what's that? Taking the master gardening classes in your area, it can help you learn it. Like I took the master gardening class of Sampson, North Carolina, and that's how I started putting two together. So agriculture, a culture we can agree to. USDA is a very powerful thing. So um, going back to your roots, how they talk when we talk about roots. A lot of people want, oh, you talking about hoodoo, voodoo? Nah, not always. It's literally just talking about where you're from. So excuse me if that's where you want to go. You got to understand why you want to go there. So anyway, agriculture, a culture you can agree to. So it's not just about, planting a seed and watching it grow on a term of a herb or a fruit, those fruits of your labor conversations. This is literally also, and I teach this in ancestral court of the DCRS, a divine conflict resolution strategist, where family, that's a term we use in there, family, because we say family, but then there's a R put there for those who are attributed in technology. When I was taking cybersecurity in my degree program, which I want to freshen up on a lot of things. I could tell why somebody tried to keep me out of learning about science on a technology level, but anyway, that's your that's your problem, not mine. Still learning. So the thing about that is you have R programming and Python programming. Python programming is a little more comprehensive, I would say, than R programming. R programming is data analytical science. Like they could get jobs for like literally data scientists or data analysts. They could possibly, depending on their niches and resume, XYZ, they could do legal analysts. They can just dang there do any analytical thing, but at the same time, it can vary. So, our programming, revenge, when we talk about, well, for example, let me show you another thing. Those who have your astrology charts, you got this R right here in certain spots. Be careful. I don't have any. You know why? Because I don't have revenge in my heart. So, for those who do, be careful, because what I'm telling you is, well, you'll be pointing fingers at the wrong ones. You probably got a problem because you are the vengeful one. Okay, pumpkin? All right, burst your bubble. Sorry. Boop. So, someone needs to get roasted. I'm sorry, I gotta do it early. So it goes back to, you need to learn more, just period. And these are the types of programs that are talked about when we talk about simulation, when we talk about cloning, especially life. Y'all talk about life swapping. So there's a terminology called paging. I will read that to y'all. I want y'all to know that technical term. I believe I have it somewhere here. I got all these note cards. So you know how in tarot we have the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles. Did you know that there was a terminology in technology called paging? You won't believe what the terminology stands for. Do you know? Hey, y'all want to say stuff is demonic, but you have no idea what it actually is when you're doing your day-to-day work as well. But hey, we're demonic and we doing cars and we ain't got no business doing that. I ain't trying to be rude. I'm just telling you the truth. You don't like it? I ain't like it either. We all got to deprogram in some kind of way. So I'm going to turn this camera around. I believe I'm getting there. Got all of these cards. I must have passed it. It don't matter. Half of the time we're doing too much. So we got one. I got this one. We got Megabyte right there. We have File Path. I'm gonna read that one to you. And then I'm gonna close this live out with the basically oh, this is a good one. We got farming, that R programming. I'm gonna turn the camera around so y'all can see it very, closely. And fishing too. Let's do fishing. Pisces. What's up, baby? Virgo, you a fisher. What's up? We're gonna be playing around before I tell. So anyway, because Virgo has that M on the side, like Scorpio, with a little hook. You be fishing, Virgo. Stop playing. You be lying too. I love you though. Anyway, ain't gonna lie. I thought that was interesting to have Moore's law in technology. I'm gonna put that in there too. All right, so I'm gonna find this other one. I'm gonna go through this one more time, y'all, because I'm looking. Ain't even gonna lie, and I cannot find it anywhere. The one I'm looking for. It's called paging. Basically, that's a file. I'm gonna just talk about it just in case. It's a file where there's a file swapping. You know how everybody wants to talk about, oh, you're life swapping, life swapping. I don't believe in that shit because it's like, well, you never know. I might rock better than you in the shit you didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I, turn around and bump everybody, and you thought I was gonna be a little punk. Then I whoop your ass, boy. Hey, that's on you. Hey, we all get dealt the hand. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna complain. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do the best I can do in whatever I get. Cause I ain't about to cry. I ain't one of the people. I'm sorry. I might cry sometime, but I ain't about to cry because, somebody, oh, yeah. Now I'm gonna turn around and be like, oh, word. Cause you have you have another side about yourself Everybody got it. Where you like, oh, I guess I got to put the horns on. Everybody got horns. Read Psalm 75 and 10. Oh, I don't like the Bible. Well, I didn't ask you to. It's a book that people use. People use any book. They use the history book to hit your ass in the head with a bunch of bullshit. Then like 20, 30 years later, they tell you they got to change this because that won't right. But you want to talk about the Bible. I don't really care what book it is. Because on this channel, we've read all kinds of books. Like Hiram Hayden, The Hand of Esau, copywritten in 1962. And published by Harper's and Brothers Company out of New York. So, no, we do a lot here. You just late, and I don't care. So, don't get roasted. I would hate the roast because I'm not nice. I'm not going to yell either. I'm just going to do it all sweet and shit. Then you be like, oh, you ain't got no choice but to love me, hug me, and shit after that. You ain't got no choice, really. That's what you want to do anyway. Where is the hello cat? Did I put it in the other one and I just cannot find it in this one? Because I see Linux. That's piggybacking. Yeah, that's an actual term, technology term. Alright, so we're just going to rock with this. It's probably in this here because I got two white decks right here. And I believe it might be in here. Kind of weird. So paging, everybody, is a terminology term about life swapping, but in a technical term, it's just somebody who took files from one area and swapped it into another. And at times, they can get rid of it. Basically, death. Okay? All right, so we got, how I got cut somewhere. I don't know how I got cut. It hurts. Anyway, Moore's Law. See, my finger in the way. So we got a prediction named after Gordon Moore, the co-founder of Intel, states that, and I put sisters and sisters, don't pay attention to that, unless you want to, states that the number of your transistors, that's why I put that there, on a central processing unit chip will double every 2 years. Now, you see what it says, right? Alright, I'll just check it. I ain't gonna say nothing. I could, but no. So phishing, the process of sending email messages to lure internet users into revealing personal information such as credit card or social security numbers or other sensitive information that could lead to identity theft. Phishing. That's a technology term. It's discussed in ancestral court. Farming is the technology term, but you see how I have farmally, and then you have R programming. This is a terminology discussed in, where is my stuff at, Lord Jesus? I got all these windows up. Shame on me. This term, farmally, is discussed in this course, Ancestral Court. We just kind of got that actually up there too. Oh, hard work pays off, okay? Leave me alone. Somebody, you just want me so bad. You do. You really do. No. It's a no. So planting malicious code on a computer that alters. So you know how we create alters. Let's go back to agricultural common sense. If you never knew this, what is a farm used for in agriculture? You would say to make produce, but usually for produce is to make actual funding off of your goods and services. Garden and farm are not literally the same. Gardens are more personal. This is why I put the R in formally. And again, this is a term in Ancestral Court class that I got with my copyright content. I will hurt you. Don't be acting like you made shit up because you're not. Some of y'all, you need help because I don't even know why you want to steal from people. Then you still got to ask them shit because your ass, you slow. So, or you need your own knowledge. Let's say that. So R programming, that goes back to the data science, they would, some say mad scientists. But see, that's the thing. That goes back to what I was telling you about your astrology chart. Because in mine, I don't have any R's. So those with R's, I think you better hush. You don't even know who you are, do you? You're the mad scientist. Some of you got revenge issues. Okay? All right, pumpkin? So anyway, that alters the browser's ability to find web addresses, and that directs users to bogus websites. So this is that you thought it was a confirmation just because you on the internet and you seen something. Nah, this is just, that keeping up with you data, analytic people trying to turn you mad. This is why they would say the internet, taking breaks. Saw the timer 51 minutes, 51 seconds. I caught that. So something about 51, 51, 15 perhaps. Yeah, the devil, Arcana 15. So Title 15s and the laws of the codes, no legal advice, what it talks about. That's like criminal. Yeah. You've been touched by a smooth criminal. Dun, 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 dun. File path. The exact location of a file, starting with the drive in which the file is located, and including all folders, subfolders as well, if any. You see how that goes? Because after that, if any, because sometimes people, your subconscious is just your thought process of this file information. So the file name and the extension. So it's an example. You got your C. This is basically that code right there. So you got your semicolons, your backslash, what kind of user, and then the username. So the username defines the actual folder. And then you have your what kind of folder when it comes to this part here. Something about August 10th, 2024. I don't know. Something about it. Documents, illustration, and they will have their insignia of what kind of document it is. PDF, text, JPEG. So that file path has everything to do with what's in the folders. This is where the life swapping actually starts, because it will actually get into your files. Some people be like, how'd you know where I was going? Or how did you know? Well, somebody got documents on documents, don't they? Last one, root directory. The top level of the filing structure in a computer system. In Windows computers, the root directory of the hard drive is represented as this. So let's go back here. Your file path, there was always a root directory. You see that? That's basically what that is. See that? So this code represents the functioning that comes after the fact. This is the root. This is the code functioning to create the root. So there's always a code for the root. That's of why people feel like, oh, you do roots. You put a root on me. All right, so that's it. So mods, I hope this helps. Let's go over the roles that we have for our mods, and then we're going to end the video. So yeah, you can't do none of that. I'm sorry. Red-handed. Stop right there. So basically, what's a moderator? We should know. We're going to fast forward. So our roles to consider for our mods. We got our head moderator, that's Sphinx. This is the main mod that is subjected to keep the most contact with the DCRS host or hostess. I, myself. But eventually I probably will have a little somebody or whatever. Maybe. So co-moderator, the main mod that assists the head moderator alongside keeping updates with all algorithms of the chat. So they're like also the ones that are over the chat mods, because usually the head moderators and other things, they are still assisting the matter, but you know. So we got our chat moderators. Those are just welcoming people, like, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Q&A. Usually that's what we do. Usually 9 times out of 10, the Q&As. We have Q&As everybody Monday through Friday. You can catch us on live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 11 p.m. Sometimes I like to start at 9 p.m. It can vary from starting at 9 or 10. I always let people know ahead of time. So just if you would like to be a participant, you can come and ask questions. So I have a lot of ways to none that I do things. So just how can I put it? Be prepared. So the chat mod are all the mods actually, but there are specific ones who are chat mods like Tanisha, Rashika, K-pop. Those are you. Those are chat mods. As all mods are this in general, the chat mod does more communication with people in the chat to make them feel welcomed. But that should be everyone. But usually the chat mods are very, very, hey, how you doing? Hi. Or yeah, we have this, we have this, we have that. Or you can always ask your question. Or Tamara, John is next. John wants their question asked. It's just the very hyper, loving energy there. Very, and they're the type, you're leaving. Okay, you can come back and see us. That kind of thing. So police moderators, these are the ones, they lay back, chill, like, yeah, they over there about to cut up. I see you. I see you. I'm about to get you. But I will also say, just because they're the police mods does not necessarily mean they're going to be mean to you. They'll give you a warning, as most police officers would do, right? So they will give you a warning at least. So they sit cool and calm and only act when you see dysfunctional functioning in the chat. You can remove them immediately, no questions asked. But I did deliberate that warnings should be given. So side note to all the mods, you can do whatever suits you best at the time as a mod in moderation. So that's what our mods do here. Mods, I hope that helps. We'll do more videos like this. So I hope everybody has a good one. And yep, everybody, we have Q&As Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes it starts at 9. We did have a Q&A today. So unfortunately, if you was looking forward to come, we already had one. You can always book services. We have some new services in the portal of the website of mine. Just go check it out. You can just simply look, just to see like, and then do as you wish. Or you can just window shop. Up to you. So I hope that helps. And I'll see y'all in our next video. We'll be talking about ancestral court. I'm not going to give too much. Just the basis of expectations and a few terms. That's about it. That's about it. If you want to get the training, I would suggest buy the course learn yourself. But there are some rules that come with it upon buying, purchasing, and looking. So please be careful. Love, peace, and healing. And I'll see y'all next time. See y'all. Bye-bye. If you need me, book services, or you can always email and ask questions. I do like to respond too. See ya.